Hey there. If you're watching this video, I'm guessing that you have some interest in breathwork and in breathing. Seems to be blowing up all over the place at the moment. You may have heard of terms like holotropic breathwork. You may have had a look at Wim Hof's breathing. You may be somewhat interested in yogic breathing. People have been breathing since there have been people, and for thousands of years there have been practices playing with the breath, using the breath as an anchor, accessing spirit realms and having journeys and quieting the mind. All of these things just with the breath. And that's what makes the breath really interesting. We've all got a connection to it already. We may have an unconscious connection to it, so we can change that. We can learn so much by connecting with the breath. And you may choose to do that with a breathwork facilitator, where you will lie down in an area like this. This is where I do my breath work with my clients and by myself. Or you may do some kind of practice yourself. You may do pranayama after you do yoga. You may do that at a yoga studio with a yoga teacher, or you may do it at home after watching a YouTube video. So there are lots of different ways that you can breathe. I've introduced in a previous video, and you can go and find it, shouldn't be too hard to find, the idea of conscious connected breathing, and I've gone through the primer breath that we do with spirit breath work. But it doesn't have to be breath work like a long journey. You can find any number of different ways of breathing. And a really interesting one and a simple one is this one that is sometimes called box breathing or square breathing. I use the two terms interchangeably because I visualize quite clearly what I'm doing. And the idea with this method of breathing is that you breathe in and hold the inhalation, then exhale and hold the exhalation for the same period of time. Now, what you will see in most demonstrations of this particular breath is it's 4 seconds for each of those phases. So there's 4 phases in 4 seconds. So 4-second inhalation, 4-second hold, 4-second exhalation, 4-second hold. And then you go around the square or the box. And it can be very helpful to visualize that box while you are doing the breathing, or that square, whatever works for you. Because it keeps you on track. So it's very simple. Now, I would suggest when you do this that this is a nasal breathing pattern. Other practitioners, other people who do breath work might talk about it being in through the nose and out through the mouth, or indeed all mouth breathing as we do in spirit breath work. Maybe play around with that yourself. This again is not a prescription, and please be mindful of your own capacity and capabilities, your own health and wellness, and take full responsibility for yourself. If you choose to undertake this practice, it's on you. All care and your responsibility. So the practice is quite simple. We get ourselves in a nice posture, open chest, shoulders back, almost as if there's a string just pulling you up from your crown. Because this closes our lungs off and our torso is squashed, and it's very difficult to breathe well here. So we want to be up nice and tall. You don't have to be sitting on these beautiful cushions. You can be lying down, you can be sitting in a chair, just straight spine, nice and simple. I'm not going to worry about any of the particular hand patterns. Not important for right now. The breath, very simply, in through the nose. Hold, 2, 3, 4, out. Hold, 2, 3, 4, in. Hold, out, hold. Now quietly, of course, as you would do to yourself, do by yourself I should say, you won't be counting other than counting in your head. So and so on. A very nice calming practice. Bring some consciousness to your own breathing, and also allows you to practice an inhalation and exhalation that are the same length, starting to balance off carbon dioxide, oxygen in the body. And also learning this skill of holding the breath, both the exhalation and the inhalation. So it's actually quite a centering, calming practice, because if you're really focused on the activity of the breathing and keeping track of what you're doing, there's not much more room in your awareness other than that. So everything else kind of goes away for a little bit. It's in some ways a meditative practice, the breath being an anchor to your current conscious experience. So if you wish, have a play with that, taking responsibility, being aware of your own capabilities and capacities, and do enjoy it. If you are interested in a breathwork practice, where I can lead you through a 2-hour session and experience where you can get really deep and let go of what might be holding you back at the moment, please do get in touch. Thank you for your interest in wholehearted breathwork, and have a wonderful day.